few minutes ago, the President, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, signed into law the Students' Loans Bill. And that Students' Loans Bill, you all know what it entails, what it connotes, the meaning. This is a promise made during the presidential campaign by the then candidate, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that he will bring back the issue of the student loans issue onto the front burner. And today, that promise he made has been kept. He has just signed that bill into law, which henceforth will allow or enable our indigent students to access the federal government loans to fund their educational pursuit or career. And this is how it's done in other developed climes, other developed societies all over the world. So this is a boom to our youths, to our students nationwide. Of course, there are prescribed qualification parameters, and that is the proof of indigenship of whoever is to be a beneficiary. And other prescribed parameters will be there. Of course, there are committees to be set up, the members of committee drawn from various bodies to superintend over the efficient and proficient disbursement of this facility. So, once again, I'm sure you get the video clips of the president signing the bill just a few minutes ago. So that is being signed into law is already, yes, it has been passed by both houses, the Senate and the House of Representatives. So it's just for it is when the president does not sign that it goes back into the National Assembly. But exactly. But that is procedural. Yeah, the bill takes effect immediately, but the procedures will be worked out. The committees to superintend and all of that are spelled out. It's tertiary. Yes, there is an amount, not in terms of the naira and kobo, but in terms of percentage of revenue of the federation. Yeah, and that is also in the bill. No, I can't tell that. Yes, it is when you see the act, you will see it inside the act itself.
And to say that today what the president has done goes beyond the symbolism. It's a demonstration of intent in terms of how he wants to handle education as he progresses in his presidency. Like somebody asked recently about procedures. Once the bill has been signed, that is the most important thing. A bill tells you what should be done. The how of it will be done is what we are going to put together. And the good luck is that we have experience already in this area. We already have a federal scholarship board scheme running. But the difference this bill makes is that it's going to be a loans board so that people that don't even have, for whatever reason, don't qualify, could be able to apply for a loan. And I'm very sure the country has learned from recovery rates of loans. And the experience we had will be able to guide how the Students' Loans Board will work. I want to congratulate the president and most importantly, congratulate us Nigerians, because what we have now is that nobody should say money did not allow him to go to school. That opportunity will be there, it will be inclusive, and it will be equitable. I thank you. In terms of amounts, well, first and foremost, like I said, an act tells you what to do. The how will be done in terms of procedure. For now, we don't have amount for loans because we've not been given loans. What we have now is grants, which are scholarships, and we already have amounts for those. We have a national scholarship award for which we give every beneficiary 250,000 a year. The last administration in the last 2 years approved a scheme called revitalization of teachers. And in that scheme is to provide 100,000 naira for every student studying education in colleges of education and 150,000 to students studying education in universities. Unfortunately, there are no adequate budgetary provisions to pay everybody. So for the past 2 years, we've succeeded in paying final year students. And with this loans board, it's going to be a lot easier. And like you know, a loan can only have a cap, that if you are looking for a loan for first degree, you can't get more than this, because we have to think of repayment in terms of your ability to repay and the number of years it will take you to repay. It's not going to be, so to say, use bankers' language, it will be an interest-free loan. It's not a loan that you say you pay any interest on, no. Thank you. And I think this is where members of the press need to help us. We have a constitution that says education, secondary is on the concurrent list. Primary is completely local government level. But federal government cannot fold its hands and watch the other levels degrade. And that is why we have a UBEC that takes care of the first 9 years of school. We've had issues with UBEC in the sense that what UBEC says is, federal government is bringing X amount, state government bring this amount. A number of state governments were unable to do that until the former president negotiated or discussed with the governors and said, look, you have some refund from Paris Club. Let's put this as your UBEC contribution. Where I'm going is that at the federal level, as much as possible, we are ready to give the financial resources, technical support. But the state governments too should also be ready to match us, even if it's midway. We continue in that sensitization, we continue in that moral suasion to make them do what they are supposed to do. But of course, like you know, in terms of even secondary education, we also have our own unity schools for which we are 100% responsible for, and we are providing that layer of education. So for us to make the state governments and local government do the same is to continue doing sensitization, talking to them, getting their buy-in. In a democracy that we are in, you can't force anything down the throats of states and local governments.